When parents have choices, kids have chances for a better education.
Host of Kentucky's Voice, Jim Waters, is a years-long advocate for school choice. The federal tax credit that would allow school choice was included in House Bill 1 before it was vetoed by Governor Andy Beshear on Friday.
The good news here is that once they override this, this governor cannot stop Kentucky families from having school choice and educational freedom.
So it's sad that they're going to override it. But you know, those seats belong to the people, so maybe the people just have to speak in a different way.
Laura Hartke is a former educator and organizer with American Federation of Teachers 120. She says it is encouraging to see the governor and lieutenant governor are listening to the many educators who disapprove of school choice.
These same folks that want to give money, you know, make folks be able to give money to private schools are also underfunding the public schools and then blaming the public schools for being broken.
But Waters says he disagrees with the governor that public dollars belong in public schools. He says if parents have a choice, it will motivate public school systems to improve in order to keep students.
And for this system to be willing to be mediocre, to try to force everybody into the system instead of letting children get a better education is just wrong. It's morally wrong.
Hartke says as a former educator, she is worried removing funding will cause more teachers to leave the classroom. Waters says parents know what's best for their child and their finances shouldn't keep their child from a better education.
Not opposed to private schools. They're wonderful when folks, but we don't use public tax dollars. That's what I would tell people.
Madison Carmouche, WKYT.